got home from work. Time to just sit here, stretch out my legs and relax. And let's check out my YouTube channel to see how my Street Fighter 4 review's been doing. Hopefully it's been getting a lot of hits. There we go. And what the fuck?
Hello again, everyone. So I'm very, very proud to be here tonight to present the very first MTV Lifetime Achievement Game Award to Hideo Kojima.
No! That's it! Oh! I can't believe this shit. I cannot fucking believe it. Can you believe what they did?
What's going on, guys? Pete Oak here, and today I bring to you a special video. A video concerning a YouTuber I've watched ever since I began on YouTube way back in 2009. A tribute, a highlight reel, a nostalgia trip, a 150-minute hate-filled montage. Interpret this video as you may, but it's obvious about the YouTuber I am referring to. I am of course talking about Fred. I mean, he is obviously the funniest guy on YouTube, and I had to make a video about just how good he is. I'm joking, of course. I am actually referring to the king of hate himself, Darkside Phil. Love him, hate him, or just don't care about him, you would have definitely heard his name being thrown around YouTube if you're a gamer. So today, I want to go and take a look back at the quote, old DSP. I'm referring to a time when Phil was doing this as a part-time ordeal, and how he handled the channel back then. You know, it really is interesting to look back at how a YouTuber has transformed over the years, especially if you have a YouTube presence as documented as Phil has. In this video, I'll be looking specifically at the year 2010. Why 2010, you ask? Well, it's because many of Phil's old-time fans, such as myself, believe this to be the year of DSP, for many reasons. What are these reasons, you ask? Well, that's what I'm gonna look into, because these are the top 10 reasons why 2010 was DSP's golden year, in my opinion. Now don't take this out of context and think that this is bashing current day Phil. In fact, quite the contrary. This goes out more as an informative video to new fans of DSP, who may be curious about why 2010 in particular is hailed as DSP's best year. It also goes out to a love letter to the people that have been following Phil for as long as 5 years now. So, without further ado, let's get stuck in.
Jeez, I swear to God, you Jews, you Mexicans, you Asians are so demanding, you drive me nuts. Wait a minute.
Number 10. Cafe Press merchandise. In 2009, Phil's presence on YouTube was just being discovered. It was when many fans, like myself, first noticed his content. But it was 2010 when we realised, hey, I like this guy. I want to wear a shirt with his face on it, but I can settle with a middle finger. And so, due to popular demand, Phil opened up a Cafe Press page, complete with shirts, steins, notebooks, clocks, aprons and thongs? All of his designs. Thongs? What the flippin'? It was the first time Phil had branched out and made profit from his hobby, with the Cafe Press page starting up in early 2010. And when a product had merchandise to support it, you know its legacy will last for a long time, or at least until the designs fade out in the washer. I know this isn't exactly a huge reason for 2010 being DSP's best year, but I remember the buzz from the DSP community when it first opened, and it still remains a solid reason for its success that year. Number 9. Suicide Kings, or expansion to its gameplay. For many, DSP was discovered through his full playthroughs of recent games. Heck, that's how I first discovered him. But yet, he still found time to expand his content further, with additional content alongside his footage, with the most prominent being shown in 2010. You can argue that the old-time Hateful Truth episodes do this also, but I'm talking more about the things that just came out of nowhere, from spontaneous Street Fighter 4 ranked sets, to unannounced playthroughs such as Mega Man 10 Kicks DSP's Ass, which proved to be one of the most popular, to the very first fan appreciations that he did. Oh my gosh, Phil, I butted you so hard! Obviously, the most prominent feature that came in 2010 had to be Suicide Kings, as it was random, stupid, offensive, but most of all, hilarious. Who would have thought that wheeling yourself off a cliff would be so funny? You know, I was thinking of a witty way to conclude this part, but I'll let this clip speak for itself.
Here we go!
Number 8. Expansion on his vlog style videos. Most of this came as radical changes to Phil's content in the later parts of 2010, and boy did it come out with a bang. I mean, think about it. Phil created a formal video series when he answered fan questions, back when there were emails, a series when he tried out food and other items as opposed to games, as well as a completely random cooking series. Why not? These videos were met with huge approval from his fans, enjoying the variety to his IRL videos, as well as the jokes Phil can make about current food trends of DSP Tries It, the gaming chef top tips from Cooking with the King, or the informative and sometimes hilarious responses to interesting fan questions in Ask the King. It was a win-win for everyone, and with 2 of the 3 series surviving this far, it shows just how much enjoyment came from them. Speaking of which, bring back Poorly Cooking with the King! Number 7.
You will pay for what you did to me, Phil. You will play 7.
Project 7. Now come on, I had to put this at number 7. That's right, 2010 marked the debut of Project 7, a ridiculously over-the-top trilogy about a douchebag named Deathface that is trying to force Phil into playing 7, which is apparently not a very good game. Sounds cheesy? That's because it was. Sounds random? That's because it was. Sounds bad? That's because it was. But we still loved it. It just contained all the humour DSP was familiar with. Jokes about cliches, jokes about current trends, jokes about just about anything. Phil's incredibly bad acting also added to the appeal, with many of us laughing at just how over the top everything was. And again, this series came out of nowhere too, which added to the mysteria of it and got us raising questions. Who was Deathface? Why does he hate Phil? And what is 7? We wished there was more, but we never got more. After episode 3, the series faded off into obscurity, never to be seen again. Until 2012 when I go reboot it. Number 6. Fan interactions. Another trend that was a very big feature of the DSP community was his fan interactions with him. Not only did the voice of the fans push for a cafe press page, but they also showed their admiration for Phil, with many fan tributes and projects dedicated to Phil spawning from 2010. Many highlight creators started off in 2010, such as Gamer Nicole or One Stranded Person. Fan art for Phil's new shows in 2010 came from fans, such as thumbnails, intros, and just simple drawings or portraits. Heck, he became so at one with his fans that 2 of his fans, Chris and Teo, made him his very own website, and of course this created a whole new network for DSP fans to interact with one another. I joined up on the very first day, along with many others in the DSP community you may be familiar with, such as Foos, Beachy, Derryu, or Hazard. This occasion was certainly a pinnacle for his fanbase, who now formed friendships and groups to talk about other common hobbies. Heck, the music that I've been using for this video were also all made for Phil from fans in 2010 such as Ghost Drone 110 and S-Beast Music. I just decided to shamelessly steal it for the video. What you gonna do? So, in conclusion, the fans showing off their respect to Phil that year was definitely a highlight for me on his success. Number 5. More prominence on Co-op. It's crazy that the now world famous John Rambo wasn't even known back in early 2010, but his involvement in Phil's gameplay as the year progressed solidified him as an excellent partner for Phil in co-op games. From Super Turbo to Dead Rising 2 to the ridiculous Kinect or PS Move games, John Rambo seemed to bring comedy gold on anything he touched. It wasn't just him though that became known through this period. Howard was also introduced as that guy with the ST cabinet in early 2010 and became an instant hit with
This turban. He said this turban full of pop. Wow.
Therefore, Phil had hit the jackpot of co-op partners, and they brought some of the funniest moments in Phil's YouTube history. Here are just a few of my favourites from 2010.
Should I do it?
It's up to you. I probably wouldn't do it in real life. Shoot him in the heart. If he survives, then he's meant to live.
I know what I'll do.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? Oh God! Oh my God, you're sick! You're a fucking sick man! No shoot. Oh shit! Hit him again with it. Run after him.
Hey! Hey, buddy!
Oh, it's full of fur! It would burn like crazy. animal.
When you hold.
What am I supposed to do? What are you doing?
He's Tiny Tim.
Your go. Find the move button and press it like you mean it. Watch out for the bad bugs. You're gonna win.
Shit!
That was legendary.
I was a straight A student in school. Do you have a car?
Try not to fart. Oh shit, I'm trying not to fart.
Too late. I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah! I passed level 1. Oh, now we're at dinner.
Oh, you took levels?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
It looks like to go to commercial break and then just play it.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is.
Fucking shit.
Number 4. Better commentary. Oh boy, this one might be a little controversial, but hear me out. 2010, for me, was the best year of DSP's commentary in his playthroughs. It just seemed the quickest, funniest and most enjoyable to watch from any years before and indeed after it. Now, I'm not too sure whether it was because the games that came out that year catered to that commentary style, whether he was just motivated to do the best job he could that year, or if I'm just alone in this opinion. But I can just think of so many times when I was in stitches over his playthroughs, and granted, I feel like that a lot when I watch Phil. I feel like I laughed the most at his content in 2010. One key point I would also like to get across is how Phil proved to everyone that he didn't need games to be entertaining, making us laugh during his DSP Tries It series or his Purdy Cooking with the King series. Series that don't even need video games, and yet he was still keeping us entertained. Much like point 5, I've gathered some of my personal favourite commentary moments from his playthroughs of 2010 to try and express my point clearer, so here you go.
Now wait a minute, hold on. Before we even do Sheep Man, hold on a second. Aren't the robot masters supposed to be useful robots that were created to help humans but then they malfunction? So what possible fucking use could Sheep Man have? I mean, a robotic sheep? What could you really... I mean, sheep are used for food. What would you use a robotic sheep for? Well, what kind of things do other people besides food? What do people use sheep for? Wait a minute. Oh god, this is a disgusting image. Just, oh my god. Aw, Sheep Man is a sex doll. Oh, I can't fault the game. You wake up in a forest. Oh shit. Oh. I totally did not know that those were bear traps. Dude, that was sick.
Customize your avatar and then strut your stuff on the catwalk.
What the fuck is this?
Star.
Who the fuck would do this? Oh, this is right up my alley, man. I'm gonna be the fashionista of this game.
Z-list to
Holy
A-list.
shit.
It's all to play for.
Wonderful. You're all.
Wonderful. Ooh.
Rap and cooking skills.
Big Beat's Kitchen.
With hip-hop super chef.
Racism
JD.
cooking.
We're gonna cook up a rhyme. You score points when you crew. That's if you stay in tune.
What the
Here
fuck?
we go. Are you down?
Make your own
You down.
commercials. Even record your own voiceovers.
Oh my god. Oh. Ah! Someone left the toaster on again. God damn it. Ah! Let's get this asshole. Let's do it. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. You want some? Come get some. Oh yeah. I want some fresh meat. Oh, yes. Oh, shit.
It's not gonna work.
Why not?
I don't know.
Oh. Oh! Oh my god! She chainsawed his fucking balls off! That's the best video ever! Oh my god! Which is supposed to be a thriller. Thriller! Oh, good. went out. I'm not even kidding you. That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. As the game was booting, the power went out in my condo and just went back on. Oh, it's a fucking brush. It's not mine, but I'll take it anyway. Here we go. First the big dick, and then some tits. No, that penis didn't come out real at all. What's this? Holy shit! What an asshole. Mickey Mouse breaks into your house and fucking spills your magical shit all over the place.
I heard the noises and rushed to...
Number 3. Channel changes. This point is quite a unique one. I'm referring to Phil's huge channel changes that came in mid-2012 and the videos that spawned from it, with him splitting his footage into vlogs, fighting games and regular playthroughs, and while it obviously hurt his subscription count, which is on the rise at the time in Darkside Phil, it felt like a clean slate from the thousands of videos he had already uploaded on his old channel, and everything felt organised again. This point can also include just all the different things he did with his channel, and the different ideas he had with it. From gaming as a side thing, to not doing it at all, to doing it full time. It was quite drastic, but allowed Phil to do a lot of testing with a whole range of video styles, some of which we have mentioned already, such as Suicide Kings or Project 7, while changing his Hateful Truth series to a very frequent basis, and creating some other gaming videos such as The King's Verdict. He was juggling a lot with his YouTube channel, but being one of the people to have watched all of this different footage come in my inbox, fresh and new, it always kept us guessing. What will he upload next? And that ambiguity helped me stay off his channel for as long as I have now. Number 2. The legendary playthroughs. That's right, the one that most people would put at number 1 is my number 2. It is so crystal clear that many of Phil's best playthroughs came from 2010, with most of them having the appeal of previous reasons in this video. Now while there are some obvious ones in this year, I found myself looking back at Phil's list of games he played in 2010 and thinking, I remember watching that. Oh, I remember watching that too. Simply because at that time, Phil seemed like an unstoppable force on YouTube, with almost all of his playthroughs having at least some funny moments in them. It's impossible to list all of Phil's greatest playthroughs in 2010. But I'm gonna try it anyway. Okay? Can I get some music please? Okay, here we go. It's time for DSP's best playthroughs of 2010. We're gonna attempt to rhyme them off, but there's quite a lot of them, so here we go. Heavy Rain, Halo Reach, Bad Company 2, Fable 3, Black Ops 1, Alan Wake, Epic McGee, Super Street Fighter 4, Limbo with a badass score, Mass Effect 2, Keenan and Shmoo, Xbox Live Arcade games. Whew. Jamie, this is tiring, but we gotta keep on going. Here we go, second part. Singularity, Dead Rising 2, God of War 3, Medal of Honor, Mega Man, Bioshock 2. Start the party, TV superstars RDR, Dante's Inferno, Splinter Cell, not to mention Amnesia. We didn't start the playthrough. But to summarise, the points leading up to this all helped out in making so many of Phil's playthroughs, well, legendary. So if you haven't seen any of the playthroughs I just listed, why? Go check them out. You will not regret it, I promise you. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, how on earth can something top the best year of playthroughs for Phil to make 2010 his golden year? And it's going to surprise some of you, but keep in mind that this is my opinion. So, get ready, because here is number 1.
What's up everyone, it's DSP here, and probably this is going to be the most honest video I've ever made. It's going to be shooting from the hip, but I'm also going to be very careful what I say, obviously for legal reasons, because of what's going on right now.
Yep, your eyes don't deceive you. This is DSP's laid off video from September of 2010, and I picked this video for a special reason. This isn't because I'm glad the circumstances led to Phil doing this full time. In fact, it's from a completely different angle. It's quite clear that 2010 was a good year for Phil. but it was also filled with a lot of roadblocks too. From his channel getting shut down, to trying to regain old subs from the Darkside Phil channel, to this video of him being laid off, and further with him being kicked out of Google AdSense. But I believe that had these moments had not happened, us fans wouldn't be as closely connected to Phil as we are now. I mean, you can see in his eyes in this video that he is being dearly truthful to us, and after the whole Steve Jones debacle, we all had his back. I want some of you to take a look back at the comments for this video when it was first released, and see the overwhelming support Phil got, and how everyone came together to make Phil's ambition of making YouTube his career a reality. Because it was through these tough times that we were not exposed to Darkside Phil, the King of Hate persona from 2008 and 9, but we were met with Phil Burnell, the man, the person, and we related to him and felt for him, and so we showed our appreciation through tributes, highlights, arts, websites and donations, but we mostly shown our appreciation through supporting him during the later months of 2010 when he needed it most. The months I believe to be the most important in DSP's YouTube career, and the reason why 2010 was indeed his golden year. And there you go. Those were my top 10 reasons why 2010 was DSP's golden year, and I believe this to be the very first video on YouTube tackling the topic at hand. So, if you agree or disagree with my picks, by all means let me know in the comments. But please be civil about it. I don't want flippin' World War III happening in the comments over a positive DSP video. If you want to make your own top 10 by 2010 or another year for DSP, I'll definitely check them out and accept them as video responses to this one. But before I go, you're all probably thinking that I dislike the direction Phil is going with his current content in 2013. Well, you'd be wrong. Just because Phil has made further channel changes in the past 3 years, doesn't mean that I object to them, nor does it mean that they are bad decisions at all. If I did object to them, then why would I still be talking about him today? Instead, I think that people tend to constantly look for the negative side of anything Phil does these days, with videos spouting over one thing he says that could be interpreted differently, while the majority of us don't even realise that Phil has always been like this. Phil's always been truthful in what he says or does, even in these videos I've been using throughout in 2010. It just seems to me that people have less of a toleration threshold for his attitude these days, when they do need to look at the positive side of things. I did for this video, hence why it's the top 10 reasons why 2010 was DSP's golden year, as opposed to the top 10 reasons why Phil has sucked in every year except 2010. And so, that's what I'd like to leave you all with today. Look at the positive side of things, don't always focus on one side of an argument, and just enjoy the content for what it is. Not some form of manipulative or deceiving propaganda, but as entertainment. But I hope you enjoyed this countdown, and I'll see you guys for some more footage in the future. But until then, I'll let the song play us out, and I'll see you guys later.
Rain is very heavy, it's the rain, has lots of assets, 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 lots of assets.